Good morning and welcome to UE Spat here in Trinidad and Tobago. We are in the playoff stage of the West Indies under 19 Rising Stars Women's Championship. This match is being contested between Jamaica and Barbados. This game will determine which team finishes in fifth place. The other two games playing are between Trinidad and Windward Islands, that's playing for third place, and the final is being contested at Brian Lauer between Leeward and Guyana. News from the toss here: Barbados has won the toss and opted to bat first. No surprises because Barbados bat first in the last two games and they got scores of 91 and then 100. Won their first game against Trinidad and Tobago where they got to 100 for 5 and defended it. These two have met before at the same ground. Jamaica took the win. It's a Sabi Calendar and Alicia Bowman opening the batting. And it is Abigail Bryce with the ball. Started with 2 dots, Bryce. It's a bit overcast here and windy. So there may be something in it for the fast bowlers in particular early on. Calendar has run into a bit of form. And this one played nicely between backward point and the fielder at deep third, and it will race away to the boundary. So Sabi Calendar off the mark, and Barbados, they're off with 4 runs. Confident start by a Sabi Calendar. She scored 40 in that last game, 30 odd in the game before that, so she is in a bit of form. She's coming to this game full of confidence. She'll be hoping that she can end off the tournament with a half century, I'm sure. Fuller and straighter on this occasion beats the bat of Asabi Calendar. It's a good comeback by Abigail Bryce. Good response. Two fielders outside the circle are deep third and deep cover. There is a sharp fine leg, sharp backward square, a very square mid wicket and a mid on the leg side. Sharp and wide again, cut uppishly. This time it's close enough for Monica Reed to do the fielding. Bit more bunks on that occasion for Abigail Bryce, but too wide once again. Brings Bowman into strike for the first time today. Wide signaled by the umpire. First extra of the day. Bryce just getting too wide the last few deliveries. Sharp extra bounce. I think it may have been well played in the end. Good aggression being shown by Abigail Bryce for that final delivery of the first over. Barbados women sits without loss. And just to tell you, the playing 11 for these games, or at least the players left out for either team. For Barbados, Solange Holford, Jamise Morris Allen, and Camille Matthew Broom. They're the 3 players who've been left out. And for Jamaica, Tiandra Morgan, Samira Smelly, and Navia Webley. Normal proceedings for Jamaica. Anisha Miller will open the bowling alongside Bryce. Your spin of Anisha Miller. She's opened the bowling every game for this Jamaica side, taking on the challenge of bowling with just two fielders outside of the circle. There is a deep mid wicket and a deep cover. Starts back of a length. This one keeping low. Canada does well in the end to keep it out. With this field, she can't afford to get too full, Miller. She doesn't want to be hit down the ground. So that's the length you expect to see her bowl. That one a bit too straight on this occasion. By signal by the umpire. That has to be modus operandi for Anisha Miller, with the two fielders on the boundary square of the wicket. Mid-off and a very wide mid-on, both in the circle. Gets a bit of turn, low appeal. This one clearly heading down leg. She's found the right length so far in this over, Anisha Miller. That one a bit shorter on that occasion, but her captain won't mind. She does have protection square of the wicket, especially if it's too short than too full. Just a leg by from that over. Barbados move up to 7 without loss after 2. Now, I said I wasn't too surprised that Barbados won the toss and opted to bat first. This is because of the confidence they've brought into this game, having bat first in the last 2 games and putting good scores up. But when these two teams last met, Jamaica defeated Barbados while chasing. So perhaps it could have been in the back of the mind of the decision makers for this Barbados side. But they decided to put runs on the board. And they want to get past that score of 91, because it was against the same Jamaica side that Barbados scored 91, and Jamaica were able to chase it down. So just from a psychological point of view, you want to score more than 91 and give the Jamaicans more to chase. Driven nicely through the offside. Elisa Bowman got a few starts in this competition. She's gotten into the teens, I think maybe on 3 or 4 occasions. Perhaps she'll want to do that and a little bit more in her last outing for this Barbados side. So on way to wide again, wide signaled by the umpire. And what she's done, Bowman, is she spent time at the crease. So she only scored 4 in that last game against Trinidad and Tobago, but it was off 21 deliveries. Attempts to drive, wide signal by the umpire again, but it's through the legs of wicketkeeper Sutherland. Brings Canada back on straight. So Barbados side has done well when Canada has scored runs. Put decent totals on the board whenever Canada has contributed with the bat. Canada alongside Nigel Cumberbatch, that is. Cumberbatch got a 30 in the last game, 20 odd in the game before that. This one turned behind square on the leg side. Chance for 2 with a slight misfield. Good awareness by the 2 batters. Get it running. It's what you want to see if you're a Barbados fan. They didn't run particularly well in that game against Jamaica the last time they played here. There were lots of tools on offer, and we saw Jamaica do it a lot better than the Barbados side when it was their chance to bat, particularly Bryce and Mackenzie. Slash down to Monica Reid at deep third. Miss her run once again, Bryce. Bryce bowled for exchange in that last game that Jamaica played. That was against Leeward Islands. They lost that game by 7 runs based on Duckworth Lewis. Sent on 4 overs, got 2 for 33. Pretty expensive. The end of her second. Barbados 14 without loss after 3. Like Johnny Cumberbatch slated to bat at 3, followed by Tiani Herbert Mears. And a lot will depend on the top 4 of this Barbados side. Both these teams will be looking to improve in all facets of the game. Pulled behind square, but picks out the fielder at short fine leg. Missed out on that occasion in Sabi Canada. Driven firmly straight back to Miller. Seems to be in a bit of pain after fielding that one. Still let out a cry when it struck her. Nicely bowled, very nicely bowled. She hung that one in the air a bit more. Really give it a rip. This has been impressive, Anisha Miller. She seems well in control of what she wants to bowl. She's executed very well throughout the tournament. Got 2 for 18 in that last game, Miller. Yeah, there were a few games where she sent down one too many full tosses. I was punished for it, but generally she's executed well. It's a maiden from Miller. So Barbados kept on 14 without loss at the end of 4. She's sent down 12 deliveries. No runs have been scored off any as yet. There was the one leg by in that first over, but of course that does not affect the bowler's figures. Captain John Aldeers into the attack to replace Abigail Brace. Field remains the same for John Aldeers, a deep third and a deep cover. Driven nicely but straight to the fielder at mid-off. Abigail Brace, the fielder. Deers has operated on a very full length. Every time I've watched her bowl, just floats it right out to the back. Sent down a few Yorkers on a number of occasions as well. Say that immediately she pulls the length right back. It's a good length on this occasion. Well defended by Bowman, who's yet to score. Deers captain of this Jamaica side. Just having a bit of fun with Canada, but missed her run. Saw the same thing from Bryce from that end. Off the mark now, Bowman. Getting that one down to deep third. It's a very good cricket shot. Like to see batters playing it late, watching the ball all the way onto the back and running it down to deep third. Ball perhaps holding in the pitch there. Calendar a bit too early on the stroke. -19-year-old John Aldeers. Remember, players are allowed to play on the 19 tournaments if they are 19 at the end of August 31st. There's one of the players too old to be selected for West Indies on the 19 team. She turns 20 in November, John Aldeers. Good start by Captain Deers. Just one from her first over. Barbados 15 without loss after 5. Does she continue with Anisha Miller, who sent down 2 overs so far? It's not yet conceded a run. Or will she be tempted to save some overs from Miller? Maybe one in the middle and one at the end. Does look like it's going to be Monica Reed into the attack. Left arm spin of Monica Reed. Reed will close out the power play for the Jamaicans. It's been a good power play for them so far. Asked to field first. They haven't taken a wicket as yet, but they've kept the Barbadians to a very slow scoring rate. Just 3 runs and over. Barbados scoring up. A deep cover and a deep mid wicket for Reed as well, who you know is very slow through the air. She asks the batters to create all the pace. And again, that field art made on is very wide. Actually, forgive me, Reed, the off spinner. Good quick single brings Canada back on straight. Slog swept to the right of the fielder at mid-on, and this is lots of work for Campbell to do on the boundary, but she does well. 2 runs added to the total. Toss all the way up. Frustration for Sabi Calendar. It's perhaps an opportunity for Calendar to use her feet though. Opts to stay in the crease and defend it. This time she's drawn into playing a big shot. Hands on heads. Wonder if it took the outside half of the bat. If it did, it means that she was put down by wicketkeeper Sutherland. This one swung away. A chance for Bryce to take a catch, and it's well held. Running back by Abigail Bryce. Very good fielding by Bryce. She kept all her composure, and it's not the easiest catch to take. Perhaps one of the more difficult ones in this game. So well judged catch by Abigail Bryce, and Jamaica get the early breakthrough, the prize wicket of Asabi Calendar for 11. She made it look so easy, Abigail Bryce. And I'll tell you, I think perhaps that's the hardest catch to take. I even think it's harder than diving forward. Disappointment for Calendar. She would have wanted to end on a high. She goes for 11, attempting to sweep that one over backward square. Gets a top edge. Good catch by Bryce. So the end of the power play. Barbados won the toss, opted to bat first, and they're 18 for 1. Just lost their opener, Asabi Calendar. Brings Nijani Kamabach to the crease. One experienced player replaces another. I say good morning to Joe Bailey.
Morning, Shakira. Morning to all our viewers all over the Caribbean and the wider world. Very sedate start by Barbados, 18 for 1 in their power play. Asabi Calendar got her life when she was dropped by Sutherland. off read, but the following ball she top just sweep to Abigail Bryce and short fine leg. Could this be 2-2? No, it's not. Drive by Bauman, which eluded the fielders. Couple running in from mid-on and mid-off and extra cover.
Nicely played off the back foot by Elysia Bowman. A good diving stop to her right by Anisha Miller. When the game started, Anisha Miller was fielding that extra cover. But there was a ball that was struck for 4 to the left of backward point, and she immediately asked the fielder to exchange with her. Don't think the fielder could have stopped it, but perhaps Miller, realizing that perhaps she's the better person to be fielding at backward point, you want someone who's going to be diving around. It's going to be very agile and light-footed at backward point.
Wanted run up by Diaz. Very cool conditions here at St. Augustine. Again, Diaz hasn't problems with her run up. She may have to
It's been the story of both pacers that have operated from that end so far.
don't it have to do with the surface.
Firmly driven through the offside to deep cover. A good way to get off the mark for Kamabach.
Have been a lot of rain this week, especially the past couple of days. So I don't know if that might be affecting the bowlers' run-ups.
Ball down, playing all around it, Elysia Bowman, and she loses her leg stump. Wicket for John Aldeers. Second wicket for Jamaica. Barbados 20 for 2.
Well pitched up delivery. Bowman reaching for it but not covering the line of the delivery. Had her leg stumps smashed. 20 for 2 Barbados. 7th over.
And she really needed to get a straight out to that one, Elysia Bowman. Could have made it into a low full toss. Instead, she was stuck on the crease playing forward. Played all around the delivery, which was angled into her. Managed to get under the bat and into the stumps. So good start for this Jamaica side. Asked to field first. But so far they're in control. Tiani Herbert Mears, the new batter to the crease. She has lots of time to get herself in and get a score under her belt. Very capable right-handed batter, Herbert Mears.
To Jamaica's credit, they have gotten 2 wickets in the space of 5 deliveries. They want to press home the advantage here.
This one punched uppishly off the back foot.
Ebanks running in from extra cover, doing the duties here.
Yeah, Herbert Mears has to be careful. It's the same way she was dismissed in that last game against Trinidad and Tobago. I think it was off the bowling of Cassar. Tried to punch one over the infield. That requires perfect timing. It's a very difficult shot to play. This time, she plays it a lot later. Leans back and guides it down to the third. The end of the 7th over. Barbados 21 for 2.
Just noticed something there during her run. That's Herbert Myers. Seems that she was favoring the right foot. Don't know if she's not warmed up properly or maybe carrying an injury. She did make that run very gingerly. We'll see how things transpire this morning. Reed will continue from the northern end. Pushes the Ebanks at cover. To keep my out on Myers Reed. Herbert Reed. Sorry, Herbert Myers. My apologies, mixing up the names there. Moving much better. She plays one to Miller, running in from long on.
Excellent bit of running by the two batters. Realizing the fielder at long on had to run to her right and all the way in. And it was very well placed by Herbert Mears. This time Miller is way off the boundary, halfway to the boundary in fact. Chance, and it's easily held by Mackenzie at mid-off, who goes away celebrating. So Jamaicans happy, all smiles for this Jamaica team. Has to bowl first, and they already have Barbados on the back foot. No, Tiani Herbert Mears dismissed for 3.
Try to get the one over the mid-off fielder, Mackenzie. Mackenzie didn't move a muscle as the ball came straight to her. Tiani Herbert Myers dismissed for 3. Further trouble for Barbados, 23 for 3.
Yeah, we spoke about the slowness of Monica Reed. She really takes all the pace off the ball. Asks the batters to generate any bit of power on their own. Unfortunately for Barbados and Tiani Herbert Mears, she could not generate enough power to clear the tall fielder at mid-off there in Mackenzie. It's an easy catch for Mackenzie.
Another thing to note is that it is the 3rd wicket in as many overs for Jamaica. Skipper Diaz, who got the 2nd wicket, will be pleased by that, as well as the technical staff.
Brings Captain Erin Dean to the crease. A low appeal, and she's run out. A real mix-up by the Barbados batters. Don't think it was ever a run. Dean hit the ball straight to extra cover and took off. Like Johnny coming back unmoved because it was not a run. Erin Dean, unfortunately for Barbados, could not get back into the crease in time. Look at this. She took off and it was straight to Captain Dears. Erin Dean way short. Barbados now 23 for 4 and in real trouble.
Looking at the replay, it's clear that Dean didn't call. She just hit and run, unaware that the fielder Diaz was closing in. Cumberbatch sent her back, but she wasn't able to beat the throw from extra cover. So she goes for a first ball duck.
And she also lost a bit of momentum trying to get back by ducking to get out of the way of the throw. It wasn't the best throw, but the keeper kept her composure, cleaned up well, and she was able to take the bails off before Erin Dean got beyond the crease. Brings Ebony Bradford to the crease.
So these two will have a repair job. Scoring rate is just 3 over.
This one pulled away behind square. It could be a boundary to get off the mark. In fact, it is. It's good contact by Ebony Bradford. She's off in a confident still.
Well executed pull shot to the right of Campbell at deep mid wicket. 27 for 4 at the end of the 8th over. A lot will be relied on Johnny Cumberbatch. She only has faced 1 ball, scored 1 run, while wickets have fallen around her.
Yeah, lots of work for Cumberbatch and Bradford to do for this Barbados side. Barbados side that wanted to bat first. Still 12 overs remaining, so there's time for them to repair all the damage that was done. They have to find a way to keep scoring and not lose any wickets. And there's a chance for another wicket. Luckily for Cumberbatch, Deers cannot make it to complete the catch.
Maybe if Deers had dived, she would have been able to snap it up. Barbados really under pressure here now. Losing 4 quick wickets. Could have been a 5th. Cumberbatch survives.
Change in field. Fielder from backward square has been sent over to backward point. Miller, who was at backward point, has gone around to cover point. The fielder who was at cover has gone around to very close extra cover. So offside strengthened. She stays wide of all stump. John L. Deers coming back asking the umpire if that was not wide. No, says the umpire.
Really like the pressure being put on by Deers, keeping most of her fielders in the 30-yard circle or just close to the edge of it.
Beautiful delivery, but pass wicketkeeper Sutherland. Because of the heavy outfield, it allows Monica Reed to run around from deep third and stop it.
Lots of rain yesterday. That will have contributed to the heaviness on the outfield. By signal by Fire Williams. Johan Williams, to be specific.
And that delivery beat everybody. Beat Cumberbatch initially and then wicketkeeper Sutherland, who seems to be too far back, now being instructed by her coach, who's walking around the boundary to take a step up. Full toss, slapped over the head of the bowler. Good diving effort on the boundary by Abigail Bryce. They scamper for 2 runs, Barbados.
The critical side of me would say that's a drop catch, but the sympathetic side of me would say that she saved 2 runs. Ball could have easily eluded her. Go for the boundary rope. Wonderful effort by Abigail Bryce.
Yeah, I think it'd be too harsh to call that a drop catch. Full toss again. This time hit to the left of Bryce. Well fielded once more. Keeps it down to 1 on this occasion.
A few matches I saw of Jamaica in this tournament. When it comes to Bryce, she has been really the team specialist fielder in the long on, long off region when the field has been spread out by skipper Diaz. And I mean, yes, I could say just now she could have taken a catch, but I can say overall that she has been excellent in both long on and long off positions.
Yeah, you must commend the effort you see every time from Abigail Bryce. This one punch to the left of Bryce again. It will plug in the outfield and allow her to come back, come around and save the second run.
And that was a powerful throw. Stung the hands of Diaz, who collected it on the full.
The end of 9 overs, Barbados 33 for 4.
To give you some updates on the other matches being staged here in the final, they have the Cricket West Indies Under 19 Championships. The final will be a delayed start because of rain. The Wood Islands versus Guyana. The Wood Islands won the toss and elected to bat first. That's at the Brown Cricket Academy in Taruba. And at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex, Windward Islands versus Trinidad and Tobago. That's the third place playoff. Windward Islands 28 for 3 in the 11th over after being sent into bat. Skipper Zeta James scored 11. 2 wickets have been taken by Kanika Kasa for Trinidad and Tobago. As the backyard Lewis and Augustine Campus. Anthony Bryce pulling one to Campbell at deep mid wicket. I guess getting some gene up by her fielders.
Nicely slapped away through the cover off the back foot by Nijani Kamabach. Got into a really good position very early, Kamabach. And because the bowling is so slow, she slapped it way in front of the fielder who was square on the boundary at deep cover. The fielder has been adjusted a lot straighter on this occasion.
Could have easily got an edge to the keeper, Najani Cumberbatch.
Yeah, too much risk for one run. That fielder on the boundary has gone a lot straighter. It means now that she can slap the ball square of the wicket and get at least 2. She doesn't have to try to run it fine to the left of that fielder at short third. It's too much risk. Short again. She pulls this one through the vacant mid wicket region. Could have been 2. They opt to stay for 1.
Was a misfield by Campbell, didn't pick it up cleanly, but according to the say, never run on a misfield. And with the state that Barbados are at, losing 4 wickets in the first 8 overs, it's imperative that Raffith and Cumberbatch at least try to stay there for as long as possible.
This one pulled away way in front of square by Ebony Brathwaite, and into the boundary across the rope it goes. So another boundary for Brathwaite.
To the left of Campbell this time, well wide of Campbell. Campbell could have only gone to retrieve the ball over the ropes. Brathwaite goes up to 10. Second Barbadian batter to reach double figures. Opening batter Sabi Calendar at 11.
Played off the back foot again. Nice looking shot to the left of Mackenzie at mid-off. They cross for 2. So good running once again. A double to end the over. We're at the halfway stage here at Sir Frank Worrell Memorial Ground in Trinidad and Tobago. Contest between Barbados and Jamaica for 5th place. Barbados winning the toss and opting to bat first, 43 for 4. We're back here at Sir Frank Worrell Memorial Ground at St. Augustine in Trinidad and Tobago. 5th place playoff game between Barbados and Jamaica. Players have had a chance to hydrate and regroup, and we'll see just what the plans are from either side. Jamaica got off to a very good start after being asked to bowl first, There has been a bit of a recovery job done by these two batters, Johnny Cumberbatch and Ebony Brathwaite. Batters dismissed for Barbados: Asabi Calendar, Alicia Bowman, Theani Herbert Mears, and Captain Erin Dean. Erin Dean, the last wicket to go a run out without scoring. In fact, it was the first ball that she faced. Brianna Plummer into the attack for the first time today. Left arm spinner Brianna Plummer starts with one into the legs of Najani Cumberbatch. There is a deep mid wicket, a long on, and a deep cover on the boundary for Cumberbatch facing Plummer. This one very short and keeps low. Cumberbatch does well to stay down and make good enough contact to get it down to the fielder at long on.
Ball was delivered very slowly by Plummer. Even though she wanted to outfox Cumberbatch.
Outfox. It's always slow from Plummer. She gives absolutely no pace. Nicely played off the back foot by Ebony Brathwaite. She's played very well since she's got into the crease. 12 in no time. So it's a confident start by Brathwaite, who's not got the runs that she would have expected to have gotten so far. She's still only 15, Ebony Brathwaite. Playing a miss.
See, there are 4 fielders on the offside in the inner circle. Short third man, point, extra cover mid-off, as well as Campbell at deep extra cover.
Slight misfield allows the batters to cross for a single. So again, good awareness being shown by both batters.
Shane Ricketts at mid-wicket, executing a long barrier, but the ball struck her left leg and trickled away. Batsman took advantage of that. Batters, my apology.
A dot to end the first over sent down by Plummer. 2 from it. Barbados move up to 45 for 4.
Taking a look at the other matches, the Wood Islands at matches still a 20 over per side affair. The final against Guyana, the Wood Islands are currently 3 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Nia Lachman, the impressive leg spinner, dismissing opening batter Catherine Bean Rosarian for 1. That's at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy and at Diego Martin Sporting Complex, Windward Islands, with the Trinidad and Tobago in the 3rd place playoff. Windward Islands are 36 for 6 in the 13th over. 2 wickets apiece for Kanika Kassar and Kira Manpol.
Attempts to pull loud appeal by the Jamaican fielders. Not out, says the umpire. Clear the missing leg.
May have also been a bit high.
Yeah, this over, Captain John Aldeers has opted to change the field. She's now strengthened that leg side field. Loud appeal. Excellent take behind the stumps by Sutherland. Monica Reid gets a second wicket. Ebony Brathwaite trying to hit that one through the offside because of the fact that the leg side had been strengthened. Remember the last over of the previous over, the last ball of the previous over, in fact, she pulled one through the leg side. This time there's a fielder at short mid wicket. So she tries to create some room and punch it off the back foot through the covers. It's a healthy edge, but it's well taken by Sutherland. Barbados lose their 5th wicket. No, 45 for 5.
Ebony Brathwaite dismissed by Reid for 13. 11 balls, 2 fours. Drinks break. Doing it trick here for Jamaica as Barbados slipped to 45 for 5.
Yeah, I did say it was a chance for both teams to regroup and come up with different plans. And clearly, a different plan was made for the bowling of Monica Reid. Remember, she is an off spinner. In fact, she got her third wicket. She's an off spinner who will turn the ball if there's any turn back in to the right handers. Neil Wood to the crease. I always thought it strange to see an off spinner bowling without a short mid wicket. John Aldeers was either instructed or realized at that water break that it made better sense to strengthen that leg. So if you ask the batters to hit the ball someplace else against the turn.
As they're talking about short mid wickets, see Abigail Bryce moved up to that spot, and Nia Wood came to the crease.
And she's going in a lot closer now that the new batter has come to the crease. This one short and wide to finish you over. Allows Nia Wood to get off the mark. 1 run and a wicket from Reid's last over. She sent down 4 overs, 3 for 20. So very good spell by Reid. 46 for 5 at the end of 12, Barbados.
And that ball on change from the northern end. So she has done her job with the ball. Left to see what the other bowlers do as Jamaica try to wrap up this innings. Brianna Plummer will continue from the southern end.
Fielder has come into the circle for a deep mid wicket. So just a long on and a deep cover on the boundary for Nia Wood. They thought about a single for a minute, but then realized they had gone straight to that fielder at short square leg.
Slimly built Ricketts, who raced to pick up the ball, throw back to Sutherland. Defensive shot by Wood. She want to get her iron. Driven back to Plummer. Good over thus far for Plummer. Yet to concede. Second over. Beaten by the flight there. Near Wood.
Yeah, just to remind you of Jamaica's journey throughout this tournament so far. They lost to Windward by 17, lost to Guyana by 81, lost to Trinidad by 7 wickets, beat Barbados by 7 wickets, then lost to Leeward by 7 runs by virtue of DRS.
I was at the Guyana game, and really and truly I've seen a massive improvement in Jamaica in terms of their confidence level. Against Guyana, they really didn't look the part. Don't know if they had a soul searching meeting, or the players just decided that they want to put their heart and soul in it. They haven't been convincing winners, but you have seen what you would say in Trinidad, a pep in his step. 13 overs gone. Barbados are 46 for 5 as Anisha Miller will return from the northern end, where she began her earlier spell.
Yeah, she's bowled 2 overs and hasn't conceded a run as yet. Anisha Miller. And that last over sent down by Plummer was a maiden as well. Jamaica putting the brakes on this Barbados side. Barbados side that had regained momentum when Ebony Brathwaite joined Nigel Cumberbatch. Starts flat immediately. Long on, deep cover. And a deep mid wicket are on the boundary. They are allowed 4 outside the circle, just choosing to use 3. Tossed up on this occasion. Changing the pace, Anisha Miller. And one would think she didn't need to. Try to buy a wicket. Try to outfox Nigel Cumberbatch, who was up to the task. Nice square drive allows her to get 2 runs into double figures now, Cumberbatch.
Such has been the control by the Jamaican bowlers that only 3 boundaries have been struck in this innings. 2 to Brathwaite and 1 to Callender. Jamaica really on top here thus far in this 5th place playoff.
Sure, again, but the problem from Cumberbatch, while facing a very short Anisha Miller, is that the ball is not bouncing. So every time she's gone short or back of a length, it's kept very low. It made it very difficult for Cumberbatch to play those cross by his shots.
Ball is skidding onto her.
Goes Fuller on this occasion. Driven straight to the fielder at extra cover. Chance for a run out again, and she makes it, Nia Wood. Could have been an easy run out. It was struck straight to the fielder at extra cover.
That's E. Banks. Maybe a more powerful throw would have had Wood in all sorts of trouble. Sutherland gathered it on the bounce.
Three runs from the 14th. Barbados 49 for 5. I'll give the journey of Barbados throughout this championship. They lost to Leeward on the first encounter by 19 runs. No result in that Windward game. Game affected by rain. Lost to Guyana by 5 runs in a game which they all felt they should have won. Lost to Jamaica by 7 wickets. And won their last game against Trinidad and Tobago by 12 runs on Duckworth Lewis. Plummer to continue from the far end.
Play and a miss by Cumberbatch.
Yeah, try to delay the shot to play it square up the wicket. Cannot make contact. Cumberbatch.
Really has been a struggle for Barbados. Excellent bowling by Jamaica.
So driven down to the left of the fielder at long on. She cannot get around in time. And it's into the boundary for Cumberbatch. Her first boundary today.
A rarity today, I should say. 4 runs.
Yeah, very nicely driven though. Realizing that that fielder was very wide at long on. She just needed to hit it straight back down the ground. She hit it with enough power for it to cross the ropes.
That was Mackenzie at long on.
Excellent, excellent. Classy drive all along the ground by Nijani Kamabach through her favored offside region. Gets two more.
A lot of running for Campbell to do from deep cover. Textbook cover drive executed by Cumberbatch. Now the top scorer in this innings, 17, not out.
Yeah, she got 20 odd 2 games ago, got 30 against Trinidad and Tobago, 13 not out. So she's gotten better as the tournament has gone on. Like many of these teams and many of the players, it's taken a while for them to get into a rhythm. And it's always difficult in a tournament that's so short, a tournament that has been affected by rain as well. But many of them have shown improvements along the way. A little turn. Kamabach falling all the way back. She tried to lift that one over extra cover, but it turned away from the back. Well bowled by Plummer.
As you mentioned, tournament affected by rain. You have to remember that start was delayed by a couple of days due to the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Good to see that the players have maintained their focus throughout.
Through that extra cover region again. And so these players have really had to adjust and adapt to so many different things happening around this tournament. Adjust to conditions as well. Turn again. A dot to finish the over. 7 from it. Barbados 56 for 5.
With only 5 more overs to go, I would have liked to say that Barbados should be aspiring to 100. It is likely, but that for Barbados' sake, they will want to bat out the remaining 5 overs and try to get as close to 100 as possible. Give their bowlers something to work with.
Yeah, certainly. They'll be trying to score at least a run a ball from here on in. They're only scoring at 3.7 and over. Projected score at 75. If they can score a run a ball from here on in, it gives them 30 more runs, which takes them to 86. And then you do expect a few extras to be sent down. Do remember though, the team chasing has won every game played here at UWI in this competition. Also remember Jamaica chased 91 in that encounter against Barbados here at UWI. Miller for her final over. This one cut away square. Fielder has to run all the way to her left. It should be 2 runs. In fact, it is. It's good batting and good running by the 2 Barbados batters. See Miller's figures. She's been excellent all tournament, Anisha Miller. In particular this game. She hasn't gotten the wicket as yet, but she's sent down 16 dot deliveries out of 19 balls. Pulled away, but straight to Abigail Bryce at sharp mid wicket. Like Johnny Kamabach gets the 20, but then she's dismissed. So no, the first wicket for Anisha Miller. She deserves it.
As you mentioned a couple minutes ago, that because of Miller's height, ball more or less will be keeping low, and so Cumberbatch crouching to pull one past Bryce. Safe hands of Bryce doing the trick for Jamaica, as Barbados losing a 6th wicket. They score on 58 in the 16th over.
Yeah, certainly that ball kept very low and Cumberbatch tried to get under it and lift it over the fielder sharp mid wicket. Bryce is a very tall fielder as well, so she would have had to have done really well to get it over Bryce's head. Pit took Bryce instead. Not the time that Barbados would have wanted to lose a wicket, and especially not like Jani Kamabach. She got into 20 at that stage. Brings wicket-keeper batter the Korea Collymore to the crease. Gets a full toss. First up.
Seen a couple of the groundsmen in front of us, positioning themselves in case there is a stoppage for rain.
Blow the pew once more, but heading down leg.
Miller didn't join the appeal chorus there. Maybe she figured that that will have been waiting her vocal cords.
Gets back on this one, Collymore. Solid in defense. Off the inside edge of the bat, it looks like. Through wicketkeeper Sutherland. In fact, it's a bye, so he didn't touch anything. So bye to end that over. An excellent spell of bowling by Anisha Miller. Opened the bowling, sank down 2 overs before conceding a run in the power play. Came back and bowled her final 2 overs for just 5 runs. So 4 overs bowled by Miller, 1 for 5. Couldn't have asked for anything better if you're the Jamaican coach. As we see a bit of rain coming down, the fielders leaving the field. Barbados 59 for 6 after 16. Remember, Barbados won the toss, opted to bat first, and they're in lots of trouble here at UWI Spec. We will be back after this rain break. Great news here from you back in Trinidad and Tobago. The rains have subsided and it is clear enough for us to restart this game, this encounter between Jamaica and Barbados, fifth place playoff game. A reminder for those of you who've been watching, or news for those of you who have just joined: Barbados won the toss and opted to bat first. They've been pegged all the way back through disciplined bowling and some very good fielding by this Jamaica side. Barbados 59 for 6 after 16 overs. We've lost no overs. We've had a break for about half an hour because of rain. We haven't lost any overs, so 4 overs remaining to complete this first innings. It's like Nia Wood and the Korea Collymore at the crease. Brianna Plummer in for her 4th over. Jamaica, they've used 5 bowlers today so far. And the way that things have gone, you would think there's no need to introduce another bowler. Plummer, left arm orthodox spinner to Collymore, who punches this one to the left of Ebanks at extra cover. And again, Ebanks cannot get a strong enough throw to dismiss the batter. Good sportsmanship being shown by Plummer, helping Collymore up to her feet.
As I mentioned about bowlers, normally Abigail Bryce will be utilized by Diaz with the ball. Hasn't been the case thus far in his innings.
In fact, Bryce opened bowling
Or it might have been
today.
Campbell. Might have been Campbell got mixed up there. Rain has affected all 3 matches here today in the final day of the West Indies Under 19 Championships. Give you some updates shortly.
Yeah, before we give those updates, just to let you know, the 5 bowlers employed by Jamaica so far have been Abigail Bryce, Jonelle Deers, Anisha Miller, Monica Reed, and Brianna Plummer. Reed and Miller have completed their quota. Reed has sent down 4 overs, 3 for 20. Anisha Miller, who opened the bowling alongside Bryce, has sent down 4 overs, got on 1 wicket for just 5 runs. So amazing figures for Anisha Miller. A long one up to the fielder at long on, and in fact they crossed for 2. It's good running by Barbados.
To give you one update, as the 3rd place playoff between Windward Islands and Trinidad and Tobago at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. There has been a rain delay during the interval, with Windward Islands closing at 67 for 7. Nisha Alexander top scoring with 18 not out. Seda James captain 11. Donella Crease 10. As far as the bowling is concerned, 2 wickets apiece to Kanika Kasa and Kira Manpaul. I'll give you the update on the final shortly.
Turn and bounce once more from Plummer to end her spell. She goes without taking a wicket, but she's just gone for 12 runs. So good spell by Brianna Plummer. All the bowlers for this Jamaica side have been good so far. At the end of 17, Barbados 62 for 6.
The final between Leeward Islands and Guyana at the Branlara Cricket Academy. Leeward Islands winning the toss and batting first. They are 61 for 9 in the 18th over. Captain Jazara Claxton was really been one of the shining lights in this tournament. She has top scored with 25. In fact, she's the only batter to get double figures. The next best 16 extras. Pacer Trisha Hardat getting 4 for 10 in her 4 overs. Donnelly Mans 2 for Mans getting 2 for 14.
Will be sashaying Ricketts for the first time today. Didn't feel like there's needed to introduce another bowler. She's gone to the wrist spinner, sashaying Ricketts.
She may think that spin is the way to go from the northern end.
Punch off the back foot by the Korea Columner. They cross for a single.
Also, there's maybe thinking that the Barbados lower order may be vulnerable to the slow bowlers.
Well bowled once more by Ricketts. Giving that one generous flight outside off stump. And getting a wee bit of turn to beat the outside edge of Nearwood.
Driven to Ebanks, who is placed at cover. That's the end of Wood. Ricketts appealed for a leg before, not knowing that Wood actually was bowled. So Wood has been dismissed for 3. 63 for 7, Barbados.
Yeah, what do I know? Why go back to the Pacers when you have Sashayne Ricketts who can do this? Belatedly introduced into the attack, Ricketts, but she's made immediate impact. Just going for one run and the 5 deliveries sank down, but she's made a breakthrough, dismissing Neil Wood. So Barbados reeling at 63 for 7. Sabriel Headley, the new batter to the crease. She joins the Korea Columner. Sabriel Headley made her debut in this year's competition.
So now you could say we're down to the tail for Barbados. Want to see how much they can get. Final 2.1 overs.
A dot to end the 18th. Brilliant over by Sashayne Ricketts. Just gone for one run and a wicket. Barbados 63 for 7. Every time there's been a break, Jamaica has come back and taken full control of this game. Barbados, remember, they had a recovery before that 10 over period. Now after that water break, then Jamaica, they were able to dismiss Brathwaite. And get deep into this Barbados batting lineup. Pace again through Abigail Bryce, who opened the bowling today for Jamaica from the far end.
Collingwood deciding late to leave the ball alone, letting it go through to wicketkeeper Sutherland. As we approach the midday hour here in Trinidad, lovely sunshine has returned.
Changing personnel for the fielder at mid-on. Banks was at mid-on, but she's just being replaced and synced to extra cover.
Replaced by skipper Dares.
Driven uppishly to Captain Deers. Low appeal and another run out So good fielding by Deers. Good fielding by this Jamaica side. They've continued to hit the stumps or get the ball close enough in for a run out to be executed. Another Barbadian batter falls. Sabriel Heli this time.
Healthy going back without scoring. Sent back by Collymore.
Yeah, lots of miscommunication between Barbados batters today. We saw Erin Dean run out. First ball that she faced. Saw a lot of opportunities for the batters to be run out. This time, Captain Deers is able to long barrier and pick up the ball, spin and throw down the stumps at the now striker's end before Sabriel Heli can make it back safely. Now brings the Kyra Collymore, the other Collymore sister, to the crease. Joins her older sister, the Kyra.
May I ask, are they related to Corey Collymore?
Of course. They're his daughters.
Okay.
Both daughters of former West Indies international Corey Collymore. One a wicketkeeper batter, the other one a medium pacer, the Kyra Collymore, batter who just straight to the crease, the medium pacer.
Was mentioning to you on Thursday that in my book I felt Corey Collymore was really unlucky with his back injuries. Could have really gone far in West Indies cricket. Now imparting his knowledge as a coach. Burst onto the scene in the late 90s with the West Indies youth team. Played a couple test matches. Did one test against Australia in 1999 series. That's the series when Lara dominated 214 in Barbados, Jamaica, and then 153 not out in Barbados. Collymore played the 4 tests in Antigua but suffered one of his many back injuries which derailed his career.
Yeah, certainly. He still had a career which he could be very proud of. Corey Collymore ended up playing 30 test matches for West Indies, finishing with an average of 32. 93 wickets in tests, 83 in the 84 ODIs he played for West Indies. Chance for a catch, and it should be taken. In fact, it is now taken by Abigail Bryce, who's been excellent in the field all day, and this time she gets a wicket.
2 wickets in, it's over. 1 a run out, and now a caught and bowl chance offered by the Corey Collymore. That was well accepted by Bryce. 63 for 9 Barbados. Corey Collymore dismissed for 2.
Yeah, Barbados now running the risk of not batting their full quota. There's 7 legal deliveries remaining, well 6 legal deliveries remaining in this innings. That was the final ball of the over from Abigail Bryce. It means that she finishes 3 overs, 1 for 13, Bryce.
Just an interruption here as Ricketts prepares to bowl a final over. In the final at Taruba, Leeward Islands versus Guyana, Leeward Islands have been dismissed for 68 of 19.4 overs. Jazara Claxton top scoring with 25. Back here at St. Augustine. And the finger goes up by umpire Roger Davis for a leg before. Decision in favor of Ricketts. So that concludes the innings.
Yeah, it seemed a half-hearted appeal initially by the Jamaicans, but the dreaded finger is raised and the Kyra Collymore goes without scoring. Barbados bowled out for 63 after 19.1 overs. Remember, Barbados won the toss this morning and opted to bat first, hoping to replicate what they had done in that last encounter against Trinidad and Tobago. Unfortunately for them, they only managed to score 63. Asabi Calendar dismissed early for 11. Alicia Bowman for 3. Kamabach got to 20, top scorer of the innings for Barbados. Herbert Mears 3. Erin Dean, she went without scoring, ran out of the first delivery she faced. Ebony Brathwaite, she looked good for 13 from 11 deliveries. Nia Wood was dismissed for 3. The Korea Collymore for 2. Sabriel Helly ran out for 0. And the Korea Collymore was the last batter to go for 0 as well. Bowling for the Jamaica side, Abigail Bryce, 3 overs, 1 for 13. Anisha Miller, 4 overs, 1 for 5, the star of the day as it relates to economy rate. She just went at 1.25 and over. Anisha Miller. Jonelle Deers, captain of this Jamaica team, 3 overs, 1 for 8. Monica Reed, most wickets for Jamaica in this encounter, 3 for 20 from 4 overs. Brianna Plummer, she didn't get a wicket, but she was tidy, just went for 12 runs. And Sasha Ricketts, the last bowler introduced, only bowled the 18th over and the first ball of the last over. Well, 1.1 overs, 1 run and 2 wickets. So excellent spell of bowling by every bowler employed today for the Jamaicans. Sasha Ricketts, lots to be proud of. 7 deliveries and she got 2 wickets. Jamaica will hope that they can get the 64 required to win this game and finish 5th in this championship. We will be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Sir Frank Worrell Memorial Ground here in Trinidad and Tobago for this fifth place playoff between Barbados and Jamaica. Jamaica giving chase to a paltry total set by Barbados. Barbados dismissed without facing their allotted 20 overs, 63 all out at the beginning of the 20th over. It will be Tiani Herbert Mears who will open the bowling. Umpires are now ready for this innings to begin. Jamaica will be confident. They bowl well and they know the only game they won in this championship so far was against just this Barbados side here at UE. Lots of work for this Barbados side to do if they're going to defend this total. Good afternoon once again to Joe Bailey.
Good afternoon, Shakira. First thing Barbados will have to do mentally is look to dismiss Jamaica. If not, restrict them as low as possible, but as far as I see it, they should be looking to get all 10 wickets to ensure that they finish fifth in the table.
Yeah, it is Judine E. Banks opening the Bahrain alongside her captain John L. Deers.
Sun is out here at St. Augustine. Another forward defensive shot by Ebanks, which trickles to short third man where the Kyra Collymore fields.
Yeah, she started just outside the off stump. Tiani Herbert Mears, perhaps hoping the ball to spin back in to the stumps of Eden Banks. Or hoping that she can bring a Sabi Canada in play, but Canada is very close at slip. This one too wide and it's cut behind point. Sabriel Helly gives chase. Ebanks off the mark with 2 runs. The end of the first over. Jamaica 2 without loss. Last few games, Barbados opened the bowling with Nia Wood and Tiani Herbert Mears. On this occasion, it looks as though Captain Erin Dean is going to take the new ball alongside Herbert Mears. Going to their straight bowlers early on, Barbados. It's not a lot of runs to play with. They know they need to get wickets, get early wickets to put Jamaica on the back foot. Captain Dean, she got 4 for 12 in the last game. That was against Trinidad and Tobago. Her second 4 for in this competition.
Barbados allowed 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle, but only one on the boundary. That's mid-wicket. All the other fielders are within the 30-yard circle. Clearly shows Barbados' mindset.
Driven firmly through the legs of Genevieve Greenidge at sharp mid wicket. Cleaned up by Ebony Brathwaite. And if Barbados are going to defend this total, they'll need support from their fielders as well. Jamaica were good in the field. Took the chances. They were good along the ground. That created pressure.
Cutting that slip, trying to keep the fielders energized, as well as bowler Dean. Good shot by Ebanks. However, she didn't score off it. Ball went to Cumberbatch at extra cover.
When these two sides met in the league stages, or the league stage of this championship, Ebanks scored 7 before she was dismissed by Solange Holford. Holford not playing today. It was Abigail Bryce who was put down twice, if I remember correctly, who led the Jamaicans over the line. She scored 40 in that game. For Shannon McKenzie got to 14 as well. Just one run from the second over. Jamaica now 3 without loss at the end of 2.
Just want to give you a couple updates from the other matches. The third place playoff between Windward Islands and Trinidad and Tobago. Windward Islands 67 for 7, and they allotted 20 overs, and Trinidad and Tobago are 28 for 2. In the 6th over, Amaya Gilbert getting both wickets to fall, both openers Katrina Ruben for 12 and skipper Samara Ramnath for 1. And in the final at Taruba, Guyana, after dismissing Lee, was for 68 and 9 without loss in the 3rd over. Siani Herbert Myers will continue from the southern end here at UB St. Augustine. It's the Frank Worrell ground.
Deep mid wicket and deep backward square. 2 fielders on the boundary. This one punch over the top of the fielder at mid off. Nia Wood runs around from mid on to chase. 2 runs added to the total.
Skipper Dean moved a bit slowly from mid off. Didn't know if she might have been blinded by the sun and the white ball in sky.
Fuller on this occasion from Herbert Mears, aptly defended by John L. Deers. Attempts a sweet shot. This one slows as it goes to the vacant sharp fine leg region.
Theirs goes up to 5. Well defended. Quicker ball delivered by Herbert Myers.
Still wonder what is positioning of Asabi Calendar at slip. She's very wide, almost for a ball that is guided, but she's also very close. Low the pew. This one clearly heading down the leg side. And it'll be very difficult for Calendar to take a catch if a ball is genuinely edged by John L. Deers through slip. The end of the 3rd over. Jamaica 7 without loss.
Aaron Dean will continue from the northern end. Look like there was a change of equipment for Jamaica, specifically Captain John L. Diaz.
Now she's a lot deeper when Erin Dean is bowling, but that ball still gets to her very quickly. A Sabi Calendar. That one guided to her right on that occasion by Judine E. Banks. It's also very wide, that slip, almost easing to gully position. Calendar. There is a short third just to her right as well.
Maybe the instructions for Calendar is to be positioned if the batters want to run the ball down to third man, that she will be able to prevent them from doing so.
Loud appeal, not out, says the umpire. Now I have absolutely no issue with her being wide. Sometimes I just think she gets too close and she doesn't have a real chance to take a genuine edge. I'm not saying she won't manage to hold on. It's just very difficult when she gets too close.
Only 2 runs conceded in this over. 5 deliveries have gone, to be precise.
Loud appeal once more. Not out, says the umpire again. The end of the fourth over. Jamaica 9 without loss.
The Banks was struck on the full. Maybe to the umpire's mind that ball might have been drifting down leg. Quickly said no, umpire Roger Davis.
Yeah, it's gotten quite hot here at UV Spet. We are only into the fourth over, but we are seeing water being brought on for both fielders and batters.
To be honest, there have been a slight increase in the temperature after the rain delay, and then this is the midday hour. Might also be a contributing factor, as Siani Herbert Myers has been taken out of the attack. She has been replaced by Niajani Cumberbatch from the southern end.
Cumberbatch too has gotten better with the ball as the tournament has gone on. Remember, it would have taken some time for Cumberbatch in particular to adjust to these conditions in the Caribbean. She is studying in the UK. Only got back to the Caribbean a week before the Barbados side left for this championship. Start short. John Eldeers rocks back and slaps this one to the right of the fielder at cover.
Dean had to chase from mid-on. Throws back to the bowler. But they completed 2. DS goes up to 8.
Short again. Chance for a run out. A well throw means Deers makes it safely.
Could have struck the back of DS helmet. Throw was high by Herbert Myers.
Yeah, but again we see pressure being put on the fielders in the circle by the Jamaican batters. We saw this in that last encounter. Well, the encounter between these two sides last time.
One that kept low by Cumberbatch. The Banks dug it out. Measured start by the Jamaica openers.
And it's been all off spin from this Barbados side so far. They want to continue to target the stumps. These Barbados bowlers, you can see from the way that Eden Banks is batting, she's waiting for something wide. Chance for a catch. Falls safely, a dot to end the fifth over. Jamaica 12 without loss.
Just, take,
Aaron,
just taking a look at the other matches quickly here. Windward Islands 67 for 7, Trinidad and Tobago 35 for 3 after 8 overs at the third place playoff at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. The final between Guyana and Leeward Islands at the Brown Cricket Academy in Taruba. Leeward Islands dismissed for 68, Guyana 30 for 1 in the fifth over. As we see a change in the attack from the northern ends, Sabriel Headley replaces Aaron Dean.
yeah, Sabriel Headley back into the team for Barbados. She didn't play the last two games. Left arm orthodox spinner. Start short. Well struck to the fielder at mid-on.
Looks like it has been a diet of finger spin being employed by Barbados.
That her delivery on this occasion beats E. Banks. Beats the wicketkeeper as well onto her pad and away into the offside. But another dot. But yeah, Barbados clearly learning from their opponents. Finger spin worked when the Jamaicans were in the field. This one coming in with the arm.
What Barbados would like to see are wickets to their name.
Yeah, certainly they'll be looking for wickets, Barbados. But what they'll also be hoping to do is send that required rate right up. The Jamaicans are still scoring at below 3 and over. The rate is climbing constantly. It could result on pressure being put on the Jamaican batters. Tidy start by Sabriel Headley, just one from her first over. The end of the power play, Jamaica 13 without loss. Four bowlers used by Captain Aaron Dean in just 6 overs so far. I'm looking at the Barbados side and thinking what other options are available to Captain Dean. She does have Ebony Brathwaite, a wrist spinner. She hasn't bowled for the competition so far, Brathwaite. Alicia Bowman is also capable of bowling off spin. Then for pacers, she has a Sabi Canada who's not yet bowled in this competition either. She has the Kyra Collymore, Genevieve Greenwich. This one swept behind screen on the leg side. Good fielding by Bowman. She also has Nia Wood, who's been decent for the Barbados side. She's gotten some important wickets in this year's championship. Neil Wood.
Defensive shot there by Ebanks. The current run rate is just 2.27. Don't think Barbados will mind, but as I said a short while ago, they'll want to have some wickets in their name.
Good bit of fielding by Sabriel Helly at extra cover. And what they want to continue to do is bowl to Ebanks. The more dot balls Ebanks faces, the more pressure John Aldeers feels like she's under. She'll feel like she needs to do something to increase the rate of scoring. Theirs is going well. She's 11 from 13, but Ebanks has faced 27 deliveries now for just 3 runs. This one comes off the inside half of the bat, trickles away to Bowman coming off the boundary.
Don't know if there's Ebanks' role maybe to play the anchor role, but don't think she'll want to remain bogged down for long.
Leg side again, wide signal by the umpire. More work for Bowman to do. Callender gets there from slip. 3 runs added to the total. Batters are able to cross for 2. Plus the wide. Spoils the over. You can see the disappointment on the face of Kamabach. He's just needed to close the over out with perhaps a single or a dot. Oh wow, that's lots of turn and bounce. And we did see Brianna Plummer extract some turn at the back end of the innings. Wide signal by the umpire once more. I think that one is unfortunate for the bowler. It really turned, gripped in the surface. A very dry surface now after the number of games we've had here at UWI Spec. The ball turning like that, it means she has to start the ball a lot wider outside the off stump. She does so. It's a good adjustment to end the over. Jamaica 21 without loss at the end of 7.
Those pair of extras by Cumberbatch to Jamaica's benefit. Run rate now 3.00 per over. Update from Brown Cricket Academy. As I mentioned, Leeward Islands are bowled out for 68 after 19.4 overs. At the end of their power play, Guyana 43 for 1. With opener Naomi Bakoy on 17 and Shawnette Belgrave on 21. And
means then that Guyana are cruising to victory. They just need 21 runs from 81 deliveries.
And at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex, Trinidad and Tobago at the end of their first 10 overs in their run chase, 43 for 3 in pursuit of 68. Brianna Harichara not out on 10. 2 wickets to Amia Gilbert. Headley continues from the northern end. She will bowl into Ebanks. Barbados keeping up the pressure on Ebanks. 8 fielders in the inner circle. Got a full toss and was unable to score off of it. Drove it down to Aaron Dean at mid-off.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes when you get yourself into a defensive frame of mind. Ebanks has been content to just block deliveries. So now she's given the opportunity to score. And she's unable to capitalize. No ball being signaled by the umpire. That's because the ball bounced more than once. So it will be a free hit for Ebanks. A chance for her to free her arms. Release some of the pressure.
There's just had a word with her.
Exactly what I was talking about. Sabi Canada just gets too close on occasions. Of course, Ebanks wouldn't have been out because it was a free hit. But her can only be dismissed via run out route. It just proves she's too close at slip. It has to be a reflex catch if she takes it.
This will be 2 wides. Was fired in by Headley. In fact, the umpire signal buys, so 1 by. Maybe Diaz got inside the line of the ball. I think Diaz maybe a bit frustrated here. She tried to get a quick single but had to go back because the ball didn't, or just stayed on the pitch after a bank shot.
Driven nicely but straight to the fielder at extra cover. A dot to end the 8th over. Jamaica 24 without loss. The important thing for Jamaica is that they haven't lost any wickets. They require a further 40 runs from 72 deliveries. They haven't lost a wicket as yet. The captain is still here, going very slowly. They'll be hoping to increase their scoring rate. It's just up at 3.3 and over. So it hasn't gotten out of control.
Just took a glance on the eastern end. Cloudy but not menacing. Herbert Myers brought back into the attack from the southern end.
Yeah, clearly brought back with hopes of her being able to take a wicket. She's already sent down 2 overs. So Barbados feeling as though they need a wicket. They've gone back to Herbert Mears, who opened the bowling. If he deers on straight, there's a long on deep mid wicket and deep backward square. This one driven uppishly to the left of the fielder at mid wicket. A slight misfield allows Ebanks to get back to the non-striker's end.
Diaz was calling for 2 before the fielder got to the ball. Like Diaz want to put her stamp on things here. Diaz left that one alone. Looked at the umpire as if she was asking him, will that be a wide call? Umpire Williams' hand stayed down.
Beaten on the outside edge. John Aldeers. Four from the 9th over. Jamaica 28 without loss. Abigail Brace still to come. She's carried the behind for this Jamaica side across the championship.
Headley will continue from the northern end.
Clear plan by the Jamaica side to get theirs on strike. Banks defended that one with nice soft hands and took off immediately. So she's been given instructions now, Banks.
Second ball delivered. Diaz could have only driven it to cover. We are near Wood did the fielding. Really tight bowling here by Headley. She has conceded only 4 runs after 2.2 overs. There's wanted a run, but deciding to go back to her crease.
Slight misfield, and there's takes a single immediately. Partnership up to 30. Pass the diving fielder at backward square, the Kyrie Collingwood. Allows the batters to cross for 2 runs. The end of 10 overs, Jamaica 32 without loss. That means they require a further 32 from the next 10 overs. Everyone will take a drinks break. back here after the drinks break at UE's pet. Like Johnny back into the attack. It's just one over in that second spell for Theani Herbert Mears. Still only 4 bowlers utilized by Barbados. They've gone to the 4 bowlers who they think can make the breakthrough. None of them have been able to.
What they have done is keep the Jamaica batting in check, particularly Julian Ebanks, who has faced 37 balls out of only scored 8.
What they've also done though is put themselves in a position where whoever is the 5th bowler may have to bowl 4 consecutive overs. This one short and pulled away to the fielder coming off the boundary at deep mid wicket. 2 runs, a chance for a run out. She is run out, in fact, Jonelle Deers. She wanted to get the strike again, really pushed for that second run, but an accurate throw off the boundary by Ebony Brathwaite allows Barbados to finally make the breakthrough.
Brathwaite just lobbed it back to keeper Korea Collymore, but Diaz was not able to ground her bat in time.
Yeah, you understood why Deers wanted that second run. She wants to face majority of the balls, Deers, but she also realized that the fielder on the boundary, Ebony Brathwaite, took her time to get into that ball and release it. Unfortunately for Deers, the throw was accurate enough to find her short. So breakthrough for the Barbados side comes via a run out route. Remember when Barbados were batting, there were 2 batters dismissed via the run out. Erin Dean and Sabriel Helly.
There's dismissed for 17 of 28 deliveries.
Jamaica 33 for 1 brings Krishana McKenzie, the left-hander, to the crease. McKenzie had a decent partnership with Abigail Bryce when they played Barbados in the league phase of this competition. What she did well, McKenzie, was put pressure on the fielders in the circle. She dropped the ball and ran. Fielder extra cover in tight, perhaps to stop that single.
Wide signal by umpire Johan Williams.
First run of this over. Second, because the Bahers completed a run when Deers was dismissed.
Forward defensive shot played by McKenzie as we conclude the 11th over. 34 for 1 Jamaica. They require 30 more runs of 9 overs. Nine wickets in hand.
Erin Dean back into the attack. Still haven't gone to that 5th bowler, Barbados.
Kenzie giving Ebanks some instructions. More or less it will be on, along the lines of changing gears. or allowing Mackenzie as much of a strike as possible.
Loud appeal again, and this time the dreaded finger is raised. Finally, Aaron Dean gets the umpire to adjudge the Bahar LBW. Judine Ibank is gone for 8 from 37 deliveries.
For Jamaica, they may look at it as Ebanks being put out of her misery. Stretched forward and just played a forward defensive shot and was struck on the back leg.
Yeah, the back came out at an angle. She went slightly across the line, Ebanks. She never seemed comfortable when the ball was bowled straight at the stumps. She has to go away. It does allow Abigail Bryce to come to the crease. Barbados knows what Bryce can do.
The unfortunate thing for Jamaica is that this is the second wicket to fall in the space of 3 deliveries. Both openers dismissed. Dares for 17 and Ebanks for 8. Brings Abigail Bryce to the crease to join Krishana McKenzie.
Feel that cover just put back on the boundary. For the new batter Abigail Bryce. There is a long on and a deep mid wicket as well. Punch to the right of extra cover. Bryce off the mark immediately.
This will be what Jamaica would like to have. Someone who can put bat onto the ball and put pressure on the fielders. As Dean sets her field, an update from the final at the Brown Lara Cricket Academy. Guyana 63 for 4 after 11 overs. Just needs 6 more runs to win off 9 overs. To secure the title. Sabi Calendar being moved from long off. She's going to her wide slip position that she has been stationed at for most of this innings.
Well bowled by Aaron Dean. Well flighted. Beats the forward prod of Krishana McKenzie.
When we look at it, looks like Canada is more short gully than slip.
It may work for the left-handed McKenzie, who remember last game against Barbados was trying to run the ball through third. Driven firmly, but straight to Brathwaite at mid-off. Of course, that positioning depends on the length that Dean bowls. Uses her feet, McKenzie, and swings it away through mid-wicket. Chase being given by 3 fielders. Neil Wood gets there first from mid-on. The batters cross for 3 runs. Very good batting. Good running by the 2 Jamaican batters. The end of the 12th over. Jamaica up to 38 for 2.
The other match being staged today, the 3rd place playoff at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. Windward Islands posting 67 for 7 and Trinidad and Tobago are 60 for 4 in the 16th over. They require 8 more runs to win, or 4.2 overs.
Johnny coming back. She will continue from the far end. She'll bowl around the wicket to the left-handed Mackenzie. Start short. Good movement by Brathwaite. Our extra cover prevents a single. Coming back into her final over. She's bowled 14 dot balls so far. She's been good barring the few wides she sent down. Should be a single, but there could be a run out. Unfortunately, it's not a good enough throw. Abigail Bryce eventually makes it. Miscommunication by the two batters again.
Throw wasn't the best. Coming in by Greenwich.
Yeah, a chance to run out Abigail Bryce. And that certainly would have given the Barbados side confidence in this defending this score. Deep mid wicket, deep backward square, long on, and deep cover.
Straight drive by Bryce, but she picked out Erin Dean. No run taken. She will get a single here to deep mid wicket. Kamabachi will be going around the wicket to the left-handed Krishana Mackenzie.
Pitches outside leg, turns back to clip the pads of Mackenzie. Batters cross for a single, led by being signaled by the umpire. Coming back, she's finished for today. And it's the end of 13 overs. Jamaica 41 for 2.
Kamabachi 4 overs, no wicket for 15 runs. Looks like Headley will be replacing Dean from the northern end.
Yeah, still only 4 bowlers used by Barbados. And if my math is correct, which it often is not, it means that the 5th bowler will not bowl 4 overs, because the 5th bowler is not going to be introduced before the 15th over. This is the 14th being bowled by Headley. So the 5th bowler will perhaps bowl the 15th, the 17th, and the 19th. If Barbados are to bowl the full 20 overs in this game, it will mean that Barbados has to use at least 6 bowlers.
That was good arithmetic by Shakira Selman. Arithmetic is a word used by the old stagers, not by myself, but the elder stagers. Headley bowling around the wicket to the left-handed Mackenzie. I'd like to see if she can, with that approach, try to bowl wicket to wicket.
There's a deep square and a deep mid wicket halfway on the fence.
That delivery had Mackenzie in two minds, whether to pull or drive. See, she's opening up her stance here.
Excellent bit of bowling by Headley. Ball before that spun back into Mackenzie. This one carrying on with the arm. Asking different questions of Mackenzie.
This one Mackenzie didn't know whether to pull or cut. She was beaten nonetheless. Collected by keeper Decoria Collymore. This is Headley's fourth and final over. She has done a good job for her team, only conceding 7 runs. 8.
Yeah, she's been miserly. Bowled in good areas. She doesn't get a wicket, but 4 overs for just 8 runs. So coming back into the team for this game, Sabriel Headley. And she's been very tidy with the ball. Finished well. Jamaica 42 for 2 at the end of 14. And we can confirm that Trinidad and Tobago have finished in 3rd position of this year's Rising Stars Under 19 Women's Championship. They've defeated Windward Islands by 5 wickets. So congratulations to Trinidad and Tobago.
The one with 3 overs to spare. Run chase led by Brianna Harry-Charan's unbeaten 17. Katrina Rubin scoring 12. So just 2 more results to be finalized within the next half an hour. See, there's a rain delay at the Brown Cricket Academy. Guyana 63 for 5 in pursuit of Leeward Island 68.
Yanni Herbert Mears back into the attack for her final over. 22 required for Jamaica to take victory. Starts full on the pads, Herbert Mears. This one clipped away to deep backward square.
Headley doing the fielding. Wasn't the best of throws, but only 1 run taken. Guess Dean now will have to figure out who will bowl the remaining 5 overs.
Well, Dean herself has 1 over remaining. The other 3 bowlers have been bowled out or will be bowled out at the end of this over. Cumberbatch is bowl 4, So too has Sabriel Helly. Herbert Mears into her fourth. If they can get a wicket here, they'll think they've made the right choice.
Bryce driving past Greenwich at mid wicket. Had a loud call for two, but only one run taken.
A bit of running by the Jamaican batters.
Particularly Bryce, who was bellowing yeah before she started to run.
And it was an easy single because the fielder at backward point stayed on the boundary. Surprisingly, attempts a lofted drive for the final delivery of the 15th over. Jamaica 45 for 2.
Look like this may be the final throw of the dice by Dean, who would be bowling out here. So that means the remaining 4 overs will have to be bowled by perhaps who she will consider the makeshift bowlers.
Well, they aren't particularly makeshift. Remember, Nia Wood has opened the bowling most games for this Barbados side, and she has gotten crucial wickets. Last game, she got Samara Ramnath, the first ball of the innings. She hasn't bowled as yet. Asabi Calendar, she was selected in that West Indies on the 19th side as an all-rounder. She's not bowling the competition as yet. There is the Kyra Collingwood, Ebony Prophet, Genevieve Greenwich. Good start by Erin Dean. But she went for the juggler. She wanted to get a wicket. She bowled her main bowlers for 16 overs straight. Means 2 new bowlers will have to finish. Diving effort by Calendar at mid-off. Cannot come up with it.
I mean, I can't blame Dean for her aggressive thinking. Hasn't paid off in terms of wickets. She wanted to see if they could limit Jamaica.
Yeah, it hasn't paid off as yet. But who knows? They hope that the pressure that the main bowlers have put on these Jamaican batters will result in wickets for the other 2 bowlers later on. Remember, Sasha Ricketts was not introduced into the attack for Jamaica until that 18th over. She got 2 wickets for 1 run. A big shot into the deep. A chance for Thiani Herbert Mears to take a catch, and it's well held on the boundary at deep mid wicket. So she does get a wicket, Erin Dean, and she gets the important wicket of Abigail Bryce.
Got a long hop that she tried to loft over deep mid wicket. Siani Herbert Myers just had a few steps to make to her right before completing the catch. That's the end of Bryce for 3. 46 for 3.
Yeah, it is a praised wicket of Abigail Bryce. Remember, Bryce scored 40 in that game against Barbados. She was put down on 1 and 8. This time, though, she's not given a chance to carry on and see her side over the line. Well held catch on the boundary by Theani Herbert Mears held her composure. Brings Monica Reed to the crease. She bats left-handed. Monica Reed, the right arm off spinner who took 3 wickets for 20 runs.
2 left-handers at the crease here for Jamaica.
She has to contend with 2 more deliveries from Erin Dean. No slip in place. Surprisingly though, she is getting about a turn, Erin Dean, off the outer half of the bat. But straight to Headley at backward point. The rate has slowly crept up to 4.5 required by Jamaica. Full toss. This one slapped through the offside. A single to end the 16th. Jamaica 47 for 3. Jamaica require a further 17 runs for victory from 4 overs. And again, if you're batting, you want to think about how many balls are left. Erin Dean has finished her spell. She's gone 2 for 9. So you're thinking balls and not runs. 17 runs from 24 balls with 7 wickets in hand should be manageable. The main bowlers have all bowled out. 4 bowlers have been used by Barbados in 16 overs. So they have to go to 2 new bowlers at this phase of the innings. Nia Wood into the attack for the first time today. The question is, how does Jamaica get 4 runs and over? And how does Barbados stop them from getting 4 runs and over from here on in? Lots of spaces in the field. Deep cover, deep mid wicket, the backward square. Good start by Nia Wood. Takes the outside half of the bat. Past wicket keeper Decoria Collymore. And down to deep third. She got it in the right area, Nia Wood. Unfortunately for Barbados, it still resulted in a single.
First use of pace by Barbados in this innings. All 16 overs were used by their quartet of finger spinners.
Fielder at deep backward square has been asked to come into the circle. So deep mid wicket, long on, deep cover and deep third. And right now it's about composure, understanding the situation of the game and holding your composure, holding your nerve. The team that does that the best will win this game and finish 5th in this competition. Diving take by the Decoria Collymore, loud appeal by Barbados, but it didn't appear as though it came off the bat. I'm not sure. Umpires are going to discuss, so maybe it did come off the bat and the umpires just checking to see whether it carried. Remember, the umpires don't have the benefit of the replay. We can see from the replay that it did carry. Seems to be an excellent catch by the Decoria Collymore. But like I said, the umpires do not have the benefit of the replay. So not out, says the umpire.
And different angles of replays as well too, because we saw it from behind the batter.
This one short, pulled away behind square on the leg side. work for Headley to do. A bit too straight on that occasion by Nia Wood. There is no fine leg in place. She can't afford to get too straight to the batter.
That shot brought up the Jamaica's 50. The 17th over, 16.3 to be precise. With a board to run up. Guess there have to be some more changes fielding places.
Yeah, they brought the long on into the circle and sent the square leg back. Driven uppishly to Nijani Kamabach, who fields cleanly and picks out the stumps. Loud appeal. Not out, says the umpire.
Reed had to be sent back by Mackenzie.
Wisely so as well. She picked out one of the better fielders for this Barbados side. Outside leg stump once more. Well fielded by Sabriel Headley. Keeps it down to 1. Tidy over by Nia Wood. 4 from it. Jamaica 51 for 3 at the end of 17. Well, she's done her job, Nia Wood. At the start of the over, the required rate was 4.25, I think. They've got on 4 and over, so close enough, but it means the run rate is still over 4 and over. Jamaica 51 for 3 after 17. John Aldeer is dismissed for 17. Mackenzie still at the crease on 11. She's partnered by Monica Reed. And their side just require further 13 runs for victory. A different challenge for them because the captain is not there and neither is Abigail Bryce. It's just how these two navigate the innings. The remainder of the innings will be interesting to see. See Alicia Bowman into the attack for the first time today. The off spin of Bowman. And it's not easy being asked to bowl your first over at this stage of the innings. But this is exactly when Sasha Ricketts was brought into the attack. She's returned over around the wicket to the left-handed Mackenzie, who uses her feet and hits it past the fielder at long on.
Mackenzie gets 2 to go up to 13.
Deep mid wicket, deep square, deep cover. I think length is key though. Mackenzie seems a lot more comfortable when the ball is well tossed up. She wants to use her feet and mid on and mid off are in the circle. Right now, find a way to keep Reed on strike. Chance for a run out at the non-striker's end. It's thrown to the wrong end. See Bahers cross easily.
There was a bit of hesitancy. Start, stop, start, stop. Eventually the single was completed.
Jamaica's gotten 4 runs from the first 3 balls already. Job being done by these two batters. Barbados fielders have to be aware of the fact that Jamaica are going to be looking to run everything. Dot delivery.
However, the target is under. The target is in the single figures.
Yeah, 9 runs required for victory now from 14 deliveries. She misses it, but she's mistumped. So it was a chance for Barbados, a chance gone to begging. Lost her shit completely there. Mackenzie.
Actually, there's been a run out because the umpire didn't signal a bye, so had to be a run to Mackenzie.
Perhaps that is what made it so difficult for the wicketkeeper to take to the inner edge of the bat. 5 runs from the 18th over. Jamaica 56 for 3. Reminder of just how Barbados were going to bowl this innings. First 4 bowlers completed their quota by 16 overs. Now they've asked 2 new bowlers to do the job, hoping that they put enough pressure on the Jamaica batters. Jamaica, they just need 8 runs from the last 2 overs.
An informal water break.
Yeah, lots of messages being sent out, I'm sure. Remember, neither of these teams want to finish at the bottom of the table. This being the 5th place playoff game. Nia Wood will continue. Just how many runs can she give Bowman, if it is to be Bowman, for that 20th to defend? Fielders have to be alert. Batters have to be alert to any opportunity to run singles, any misfields. Fielders in the circle need to get tight, find a way to save the single. Barbados still opting to utilize 4 fielders on the boundary. So lots of spaces for Mackenzie. Mackenzie on to 15 of 27 deliveries. A handy knot so far. Chance for a run out at the non-striker's end. And it's thrown way wide of the stumps. Allows Mackenzie to get there quite easily.
Would that be better if keeper the Korea Collymore on the arm to the bowler? Might have been a better option. Struck on a pad, but may have been pitched outside leg.
Yeah, an important dot for Barbados. Looking around the field, and the fielder extra cover is very tight. So too is the fielder at short mid wicket. But the other fielders in the circle are right back. This one struck over without fielder at extra cover. Another run added to the total.
Was a wide full toss. Green managed to get it over the reach of Profit.
Just 6 more runs for Jamaica to take victory against this Barbados side once more in this championship. Struck over the top. Too much work for the fielders to do to take the catch. 2 runs added to the total. Mackenzie's playing a very important knock here. She's gone it to 18, Mackenzie. Mid on drops back to long on. Deep cover comes into the circle. But she can't save a single there. Full toss again. Swung away in front of square on the leg side. Work for the two fielders to do. Herbert Mears does well. That's 6 runs from this over so far. So just 2 runs required for victory for this Jamaica side. Wood missing her length on a few occasions.
It will be a hard fought win, but a win nonetheless. For Jamaica, that will matter for them.
Dot to end the 19th over. 62 for 3 Jamaica after 19. They just need 2 runs for victory.
Looking at the various benches, Barbados, a couple of their reserve players are maybe resigned to their fate. Jamaica, on the other hand, a lot of their players are standing up, maybe ready to race onto the field when the winning runs have been completed. But Barbados will want to ensure that they spoil the party, either by wickets or restricting the runs. Well, in their case, they may only Bowman more have the bowler maiden. We'll see how things go.
Everyone up in the circle. Just 2 runs required. Bowman to Reed. Dot to start with. And it seems like it should be easy, but it's never easy. It's never easy when you're out there. Good start by Bowman. Can she follow it up? Pressure on the bowler, pressure on the batter, pressure on the fielders, pressure on the wicket keeper. No one wants to make a mistake at this stage. Scramble for a single, chance for a run. Oh, she misses Bowman. It was a difficult chance. She had 1 stump to aim at and she was falling away from the stumps. Unfortunately for Barbados, she could not hit the stumps cleanly, and Reed is able to get to the next end and get Mackenzie on straight. Scores are level.
Reed would have been gone by all money.
And they go for a quick single again. Will it be a run out this time? Oh no, Greenwich cannot field it cleanly, and Barbados, they lose. Jamaica, they take the win and they finish in 5th position. So congratulations to the Jamaica side. They take 5th in this year's Rising Stars on the 19 Women's Championship played here in Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica, for the 2nd time, defeat Barbados in this competition. They finish in 5th place. Jamaica winning this game by 7 runs. Congratulations. 7 wickets, forgive me. Congratulations to this Jamaica side. Commiserations to Barbados.
Was a hard fought win. A slow wicket. Very slow bowlers dominated. Barbados, when took first strike, they were bowled out for 63. Jamaica getting victory in the final over. So congratulations to them. Barbados did make things easy, to their credit, but in the end they came up short.
Yeah, certainly the difference in the two sides, that knock by Christiana Mackenzie, a very important one. Christiana Mackenzie played a responsible innings and got her team over the line. And it's exactly what you want to see. John Elder's dismissed for 17. Bryce was not able to make a real impact with the bat, but someone else took out the mantle and saw the team across the line. So again, congratulations to Jamaica. They finished 5th in this year's championship. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago defeated Windies to finish 3rd. Windies then obviously took 4th, Jamaica 5th, and Barbados 6th. We're yet to get a result from the game playing at Brian Lara between Leeward Islands and Guyana. Guyana just needing a further 6 runs for victory, that game being affected by rain. But here at UE Spec in Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, they've defeated Barbados once again in this year's championship. Jamaica 5th in their series competition, Barbados 6th. Thank you for joining us, and this is the end of this year's championship.